Welcome to a special bulletin report from the Downton Dish. You've probably already heard that ITV and Carnival Films have officially announced that Season 6 of Downton Abbey will be their official farewell season. We will be saying goodbye to the Crawley family during this year's Christmas special. Coming up next is the Downton Dish special, filmed aboard the historic Queen Mary. This episode was filmed before we received today's news. Please join us after the show and we will discuss our feelings about today's announcement. Thank you for joining us. Hello and welcome to the Downton Dish special on board the historic Queen Mary in Long Beach, California. I'm Marlise.
And I'm Elise.
And today we're going to be dishing about Downton Abbey Season 5, our favorite moments and some of our least favorite moments.
We're also going to talk about some of the Downton news that has occurred since the season finale.
Yes, a couple of exciting developments. But first, we would like to introduce to you a special guest, Commodore Everette Hoard.
Hello, Marlise.
Welcome to Downton Dish, Commodore.
Oh, yes, it's truly a pleasure to be here and to have you both here with us in the beautiful Queen Mary.
Thank you so much for inviting us and hosting us here. It's an incredible special treat for us.
And what a place to dish.
Really?
Well, yes, it is.
So, Commodore, are you a huge Downton Abbey fan?
I am a huge Downton Abbey fan, but I have to report that I never saw an episode of Downton Abbey before last year when...
Really?
Yes, they announced that they were going to have the premiere here in the Queen Mary, and
yes, they
would
did.
like for me to speak and have something to do with it, and I went out and bought all seasons and watched them, every one.
You binge watched?
Yes. I binged watched, yes, 2 and 3 and 4 a night.
Oh,
and then I became addicted.
That's fantastic.
And you know, I have to say about Downton, and I said it that night, if there were ever a TARDIS into the Victorian and Edwardian and the Georgian aristocracy, Downton is it.
Oh, isn't that lovely? It's
you
true.
do transcend.
Yes.
It does take you into a different world.
It does. It really does. And, you know, and I think one of the most powerful statements that was spoken on the show was done by Shirley MacLaine. And when she looked at the Dowager Countess and said, "Your world is coming to an end, but mine is just starting."
Isn't that? And that was so true.
It's
it
so
really
true.
was. Prophesizing what was going to be happening. So you clearly saw Season 5 then.
Oh, yes.
And at the end of Season 5, we are about to say goodbye to Lady Rose and Tom Branson because they're off to America. So I assume the way they would have gotten there would have been aboard a beautiful ocean liner like the Queen Mary.
Well, yes, if you weren't traveling in Cunard, with Cunard in the 1920s and 30s, then you really weren't traveling at all.
Oh, so what ship would they have taken? It's about 1924 when we leave them, so what ship would they have been crossing on?
Well, there were several ships, but the crack liners of the day was the RMS Mauretania and her little younger sister, the Aquitania, and then, of course, the German ship that became a British ship after the war, the Berengaria.
So what would have ocean liner travel been like for the aristocracy? What would have Lord Grantham or any of the Crawleys have enjoyed on a transatlantic cruise?
Well, Marlise, it's Downton afloat. It's as simple as that. You press the button and the steward comes, whether you be in the smoking room and you need another Louis, or if you're in the your bathtub. And
What's a Louis?
Oh, well, a nice cognac, you know.
Oh, okay. I think we need to try that now.
Yeah,
a Louis, please.
Yes.
Someone.
Well, and there was none of that rolling all your luggage yourself on board. Everything was trunks and spirited away, and you see these people coming and dressed beautifully.
And did they travel with their butlers and their ladies' maids, their valets, or did you assign them one once they got on board the ship?
Most of the time, the real aristocracy, like the Granthams and Crawleys, they traveled with their valets.
Oh, they did? Okay. I think that I, for one, would love to stay in one of those gorgeous suites. And
I don't want to end up in the maid's room.
Do we have enough room for Elise in the Grand Suite, or should?
Oh, I'm in the Grand Suite. I'm in the Grand Suite.
We've had a couple of episodes where poor Elise has ended up as the downstairs help. We won't talk about that.
I know.
She was
I
fabulous.
wondered if I
though.
should bring a mop today, if I might be swabbing the decks.
Someone suggested it.
I know.
But, oh my God, I
Thanks
don't dare.
a lot.
No, you're strictly first class with us.
Because I'm the guest of Commodore Everette.
Yes, you are. After World War II, things never came.
I was going to
the
ask
same
that.
Era of glory and glamour.
If it ever returned.
I always refer to the pre-war days as the glamour days and the post-war days for the Queen Mary the Glory days.
An era gone with the wind.
It was gone with the wind.
It was gone with the wind, wasn't it? After the
It really,
war
really was.
changed
It just-
everything.
things never quite were the same. Parties
Oh.
weren't as wild. People knew what it was to know loss, and I think that loss affected all classes because you could certainly, there was no class on whose son went to war.
Exactly.
And I hear during the Blitz, too, that when the whole family and the servants and everyone had to take cover, you were a different sort of family then. It was a different
Yes.
sort of relationship
You really
between
were.
people.
Well, you
Absolutely.
saw it in season 2 when they're covering the Great War.
Yes.
And you find Thomas, he was a footman at the time, in the trenches with Matthew Crawley, who's the heir to
And
the
they were equals
estate, and
in
they
the
were
trenches.
suddenly equals.
Yes, only Matthew wasn't a coward.
No, he wasn't. Okay, which brings us to
that was a real disher, wasn't it?
Okay, and I know we're not supposed to start yet. Thomas is having a whole different personality evolution. You talked about things evolving.
He is. I'm sorry to report that I almost like him now.
I do too.
At every other episode, he's doing
Yeah.
something gallant, and we like him. He's
But then
saving
a,
someone.
then a little
And
old
then-
Thomas springs
Yeah,
out.
comes
and
in.
you
I
just,
don't know. Which one do we like?
Oh, well, I loved hating him so much. I really hate
I
to
know
lose that.
he was really evil, though. When
I
he's
think it
evil,
was-
he's not a nice person.
O'Brien is just a bad influence. And now she's in India getting up to all sorts of mischief. So.
Well, she's back now. She's the governor's. In the last episode, they said she was the new governor's housemaid. So we've gotten into it. Let's talk about our favorite moments from season 5. Some of our least favorite characters. There were a lot. I have a huge list, and some of our favorite lines. So, do we have favorite moments?
Yes, we do. You can start.
A lot of mine came in the season finale. Oh my God! I went through a box of tissues.
So I said it is a sad, sad day for mascara that day.
It was. Anna is finally released from prison, but Mr. Bates has written this sort of faux,
Confession, martyring himself
and he
for the
goes
cause
and
of his-
he goes off, and then everything's all right, and so he comes in right at the most beautiful moment.
Happy Christmas.
But I don't think anything can beat when Mr. Carson proposed.
Of course I'll marry you, you old booby. I thought you'd never ask.
Lord Merton's proposal was beautiful. Mr. Carson's proposal was
Yes, the
gorgeous.
proposals.
Prince Karagan, he made quite a case.
Yes, he did.
Atticus
Oh.
was sweet, and
There was a
kneeled down
lot of
in the
love
cupboard.
going on.
Yes,
You
it
know?
was. It
But then there was
indeed.
Lord Gillingham's proposition, which was like not as sweet.
Lord Gillingham.
Yeah, his
Well,
proposition.
something about this thing.
Did you like Tony Gillingham?
No.
The one that Mary didn't end up with.
No, I never did, and I loved it when Mr. Carson, I believe, told Mary that he wasn't good enough for her.
Lady Mary. Okay, I have some opinions about her from season 5. She goes off on this sordid weekend with Tony Gillingham, and then after she's done the deed, she's decided that she's not going to marry
You know
him.
when I knew it was not going to happen? When she told him, "Go get your own breakfast. You can't have mine." Because if things had gone swimmingly, she would have given up her toast.
She would have been sharing her
absolutely.
Yeah.
breakfast.
It is a lady's prerogative, and you never question a lady's heart.
Yes, and we had Rose's wedding, which was one of my
Rose,
favorite
beautiful
moments.
wedding. I love that moment.
Loved Rose's dress.
So, did you have any favorite characters this season?
Well, I just love them all. My very favorite characters, of course, are the Dowager Countess and Mr. Carson.
Yes.
And I think Robert plays a very grand part.
I loved any time Lord Grantham got mad at the dinner table.
Oh,
and there was
yeah.
a couple of moments. Every time they had a
yes.
dinner scene, I
Yes,
held
he
my
had-
breath
yeah.
because there was going to be some trouble.
He had his buttons pushed this
He
season.
did.
Yeah.
He really
He did have
did.
his buttons. Oh.
Now, shall we talk about our least favorite characters?
Oh, where's
there
my
was
long
a
list?
long list of really hateful people on Downton Abbey this season. I was so not camp Miss Bunting. I did not like Miss Bunting ever. I wanted her to leave, and I really thought she was the least favorite character until she left, and then a whole sea of them. She opened the door for a whole sea of them after her. Lord Cinderby, his
I want to send her on a date with Larry Gray because he's at
Lord
the top of my list under Hitler.
The choice of in-laws is eccentric in this family. You already boast a chauffeur, and soon you can claim a Jew.
Who was your least favorite character?
Well, I know it's unfortunate, and there will be many that might disagree with me, but Mrs. Drews got on my nerves.
Yes, she did.
I liked Mrs. Drew. I felt bad for her. I didn't like her, but I felt bad for her. I understood.
I thought she was absolutely disrespectful to Edith, and I know there was a situation, but nevertheless, she was so hurt, and maybe it's because I like Edith.
Yes.
She's a character that I really
Poor
like.
Poor
Edith.
Edith, we always say, but you pulled for Edith.
Yeah, but I really like her. I admire her.
Another favorite moment of mine is when Lord Grantham has the talk with Edith, and he accepts. It's not exactly how he wanted to see it, but he accepts Marigold as his granddaughter. Okay, another least favorite character.
I've got a whole list here. The sisters in Cheeriness, Susan Flincher, and Princess Karagan.
Together. Let's send them both to China.
Yeah, we want to send them to China. We want to send them on a trip with their butlers being Stoll and Spratt.
Yes! Oh, that's a good crossing. Lord Cinderby. I mean, I know we see his past come to haunt him, but he's just so nasty up until that point, unaccepting of Lady Rose, and she's so beautiful.
Rude, but I don't think that he's a terrible person.
He's sort of prejudiced, in the other way.
Yeah. Did you notice his mistress looked a little like Rose?
So, favorite lines then. There were so many zingers.
Yes. Well, I did peek, and I saw that we did have one in common, and it was a Lady Mary line.
Yes.
I'm going upstairs to take off my hat.
What else? Get down, you cat. Do you have a favorite line from season 5?
Oh yes, as fond as I am of the Dowager, my favorite line of the season has to be, never explain and never complain.
You don't usually have much trouble complaining.
Exactly.
Another favorite of hers is, I will never again receive an immoral proposition from a man. Was I so wrong to savor it?
Oh, I like when Cora told Lord Grantham, if you can honestly say that you've never let a flirtation get out of hand.
If you have never given a woman the wrong impression, then by all means, stay away. Otherwise, I expect you back in my room tonight.
So much to look forward to in season 6. What are you looking forward to the most in season 6?
In season 6, I'd really like to see a suitable suitor for Lady Mary.
Yes, I think she found one in the form of Matthew Good.
Yes, but who knows? There could be somebody else just around the corner.
Who wants to see him come back? Brilliant. And Lady Edith, perhaps romance for Lady Edith?
Yes, somebody good, maybe with that man she met at the hunt.
Yes.
And there might be a little more romance between Baxter and Molesley.
Yes.
They were hinting at that when they were looking at and she said something about the bride is never safe till the ring's on her finger.
And he says, do you want to be safe?
I might.
Yes.
Yeah, so
and
maybe
so
that.
Speaking of them, I want to move on to a special that was put out during Christmas in the UK called Text Santa.
Gosh.
Text Santa is a sort of a live charity event that raises money for charities, and Downton Abbey did a sort of parody with a very special guest in the form of George Clooney.
If you haven't seen it, please, as soon as you're done watching Downton Dish.
Okay, so shall we do some comments and tweets?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go. Here's one from Almost Crazy Mommy. Well, at least we know what Gillingham was missing. A big car. We had the thing that he was missing wrong all along.
Oh.
And Kathy with a C says, well, I, for one, would not give up hope on having another immoral proposition in my future. Okay.
Good for you. Halftack wrote, fabulous episode both of Downton Abbey and Downton Dish. I'm looking forward to the Queen Mary chat. Well, here we are.
Here we are. Thank you,
Visited there many years ago on a business trip with my late husband.
Oh,
so
very nice.
I hope you get to see some of the things that you saw together. Thanks for a wonderful season of dishes. Hope to see many more next year.
Yes.
Mostly Sky enjoyed watching the Downton Dish, especially this last episode 9. Loved Elisa's dream sequence. So hilarious. I was laughing out loud. Sure. Had my misfortune. Yeah, loved when Tom reaches out to both Mary and Edith in Sybil's name as that final goodbye. Yeah.
Oh, that was another tearjerker.
It was.
What do you have?
Well, let's see here. Joanne Gulpin writes, says, poor Elise.
Poor Elise.
You are not made to be a maid. I'll look forward to your Queen Mary show and no deck cleaning. And I promise you, there will be no swabbing the decks here in the Queen Mary.
Because you're a wonderful host.
I'm a wonderful host and I have to do it myself, so I'd never have you do it. And then also, Leslie Garrison writes in. And Leslie says, crave the Downton Dish each week.
Aw,
And thanks for the juicy recaps, ladies, and look forward to Outlandish Dish. So
Yes.
that's a very nice
That's
acronym.
coming up
Outlandish.
next. Coming up next, after Downton Dish is over, which this will be the final episode. And now, shall we give away some goodies?
Yes.
Time to give away some goodies. We have this week our beautiful Downton Abbey Christmas ornament. Isn't it gorgeous?
It really is
It's Highclere Castle as a Christmas ornament. Isn't that gorgeous? I have one too. And we're going to be giving away season 5 of Downton Abbey. And who are going to be the lucky winners? We're going to have Commodore Everette Hoard pick 2 winners.
I hope I put my own name in there. I really like the Christmas ornament.
Okay, this is for the Christmas ornament.
Oh, Almost Crazy Mommy.
Almost Crazy Mommy!
Congratulations!
Yes,
She
yes.
has actually been a dedicated viewer and a contributor to Downton Dish from the beginning. She tweets us and she comments, so congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
You'll have your own little Highclere Castle.
Exactly. This will be on its way to you shortly. Okay? And now who do we have for Downton Abbey Season 5?
One more?
One more.
Okay, here we go. Joanne Gulpin.
Joanne Gulpin,
Elise's
another.
friend.
Oh, you know her. Excellent. A friend of Elise. Is that
And you
fair?
saw the drawing. I didn't fix it.
Exactly. Congratulations. This DVD set will be on its way to you. Now, a couple of episodes ago, we were at the Rose Tree Cottage for afternoon tea in a fabulous, fun episode where, I'm sorry, Elise ended up in the kitchen again. That's a running theme.
It wasn't a success.
She was fantastic. Mary and Edmund Fry generously offered afternoon tea for 2. And so we've opened that up to our Southern California fans and anybody that's traveling to Southern California. And their names are in this dish over here. And we're going to have you open the lid and we'll have Everett pick out the winner for
nice.
afternoon tea for 2 at the Rose Tree Cottage in Pasadena, California.
And by the way, that is an original Queen Mary teapot taken from the Queen Mary's
Oh.
31 years at sea. Peggy Murphy.
Peggy Murphy! Yay! Congratulations!
Yes. Congratulations, Peggy.
Another huge supporter of the Anglophile channel, not just of Downton Dish, but Miss Murphy has been watching all our shows on the Anglophile channel. So thank you so much. Congratulations. And I would like to say that Elise and I will be joining you for afternoon tea. At
I
the
didn't
Rose Tree
know
Cottage.
that.
Yes. I
Do I
promise
have to go in the
you won't
kitchen?
be in the kitchen again. My God, she's so difficult.
I'm such a diva.
Well, thank you once again. I want to thank Commodore Everette for joining us. It's been a delight having you. It's been an amazing experience being on board the beautiful Queen Mary.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have the Anglophile channel here and
Thank
to see
you.
you both and talk about such interesting and fun things. But before you go today, I would like to draw another name. And on behalf of myself and the Queen Mary, I would like to give a pair of tickets to come to the Queen Mary to visit and go up and see our Princess Diana dress exhibit.
Oh, that's
and our royal family. There's a lot of all sorts of artifacts up there from Buckingham Palace, letters and things like that. So beautiful, beautiful royal exhibition, really.
Oh, that's
And,
fantastic. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And wherever you are in the world, if you travel to Southern California, you can just let us know, and the tickets will be waiting here for
Oh,
you.
that's fantastic.
So
Thank you so
generous.
much.
Thank
So
you.
much.
Oh, no,
What a
it's
surprise. Thank
my
you.
pleasure. It's our pleasure to have you here.
Oh,
with us.
thank you very much. So shall we draw
Who's
for
our
that
lucky
then?
winner?
Well, I think we should have you draw this one. This is going to be good luck, Elise.
Okay.
I won't look.
It's all good.
Monica DeFranco.
Monica DeFranco. I think she's actually local.
Oh, good.
Oh, excellent.
Hope we see you
Congratulations.
there. Yeah.
So come joy a day aboard the beautiful Queen Mary and see the Princess Diana exhibit, which we've seen, and it's absolutely breathtaking. I actually was moved to tears when I walked in and realized I was amongst Princess Diana's belongings.
Oh, but I'll tell you, they don't let you try stuff on.
You can't try the dresses on. Well, thank you so much once again for joining us on this Downton Dish special, and thank you, Commodore Hoard, for being such a gracious host.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, and we really are delighted that you joined us today, and we'd like to invite all of the Anglophiles of the world to come down and visit the Queen Mary.
Yes, we have the information below where you can find their website and find all the information you need about visiting the Queen Mary. So thank you once again. And thank you all for being loyal viewers and participants in the Downton Dish. We had an amazing first season.
So much fun, and the people who wrote in, all of you, were just so wonderful and so encouraging.
Yes, so supportive.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You made our job so much fun to do. So, and we absolutely really look forward to Downton Dish Season 2, and we're actually going to be traveling over to England this summer, and let's see what we bring you for next season. Thank you so much. I'm Marlise.
And I'm Elise.
And you've been watching
The Downton Dish.
And welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the episode of Downton Dish on board the historic Queen Mary. It was a beautiful day, wasn't it, Elise?
We were so happy then.
We were, and we are so sad about the announcement. How are you feeling?
Oh, I had this terrible, weird, someone had died kind of feeling all day. And
Really?
I know it's just a show, but it's my happy place, and I'm so sorry to see it go. But
I know.
At least all of the good things about it will still be involved. Julian Fellows
Exactly.
will still be writing. The cast is still there.
Exactly.
You know.
And I think I'm very sad to see the show go because it's my favorite show, but I think what I like is that Julian Fellows and Gareth Neame are taking it out while they're still on top, while they're still receiving accolades, the cast are receiving awards, and so I think it's great to leave them wanting.
I will be wanting more, and I mean, there are these rumors of a film and all these other things, and we'll be right there.
We'll
be right there with
Downton
all the
Abbey movie, absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll be there even during this break with all the breaking news and any little tidbits we might find. We will bring them to you.
This is going to be the farewell season, so it's going to be a big event, I think. So even though it's going to be hard for all of us, it's going to be a big event, the farewell season. So we will be bringing you little bits and bobs, updates as we get them. And as I said, we'll be going to England to shoot some content there. So who knows what we'll bring you. So please stay with the Downton Dish as we guide you through the farewell season of Downton Abbey.
Oh, I can't miss a second of the upcoming
we
season.
Can't wait. And for the last time for this season, I'm Marlise.
And I'm Elise.
And you've been watching
The Downton Dish.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
I know.